Hey there, folks. Welcome to X-Ray Talk Productions. As you can see, I've got a guest. Anyway, today we are here to review Uzumaki, Spiral into Horror, a horror masterpiece that I've recently come upon. A manga, of all things, which I have never reviewed before. So this should be interesting. Okie doke. Here's the basic setup. In a small town in Japan, of course, it's manga, the town is being attacked, invaded, obsessed with spirals. It sounds stupid, and that was my initial thought as well. Especially, partway into the first chapter, and there are quite a few chapters. What was it, like 14 or something? 19? Whatever. Anyway, I thought it was dumb. I was like, alright, what the fuck can a spiral do? What the fuck's it gonna do? It's a fucking shape. Well, let me tell you. Fuck! This is one of the most terrifying things I have ever read. It was unexpected. All right, it's basically about a girl and her boyfriend encountering all this weird shit that's going on. Some people are obsessed with spirals. Some people are terrified of spirals. Some people are mutating into monsters based on spirals. And as this story goes on, we are slowly watching this town just go nuts and fucking die. This is like some Silent Hill level circles of hell kind of stuff, and it really just feel like they're kind of maybe a little bit inspired by like some Dante's Inferno kind of stuff. I don't know. But good lord, some of the shit that goes down in this may be incredibly uncomfortable. I'm talking pregnant women becoming pregnant, getting bit by mosquitoes, sucking the blood of people in a hospital to feed their babies. The babies are born, and the babies want to be returned to the womb because the blood is better in there. So they're sewed back into the bodies. I'm talking goddamn snail monsters. And you're like, oh, fucking snails. Snails are pussies. They may be, but they're fucked up. There's a story about a kid getting bullied, or a nerdy dude who only seems to show up when it rains, like snails do. And he's showing up, and something starts showing up on his back. This, the spiral pattern. And eventually he grows a shell, and his eyes pop out of his head, and he morphs into this slimy thing, and there's this bully picking on him, and he starts getting the shell and the snail, and eventually he turns into one, and then they're both put together in like a cage, and then they start having sex, and then give birth to snail babies. Christ. This is some really messed up stuff. I mean, some of the stuff is sort of simple, like, one girl is obsessed with another, so her hair, because our main character's hair is all up for some reason, and I think people are obsessed with it because it looks like a spiral, and this one girl's hers makes hers into a spiral, and it eventually kills her, and one girl becomes obsessed with another, and it just, the idea of this guy just gets into her head, and it turns her into her face into a spiral. She gets consumed by it, and oh god, and the people eventually start eating the snail people, and oh god, a man and a woman become intertwined, like Romeo and Juliet, but quite literally intertwined. This is a weird kind of hell, but it really does feel like hell, especially toward the later end of the book, where things start getting connected. the whole thing starts calling back things that have already happened. We get a character who is visited, who for one reason or another is going into the town, who hasn't been part of this the whole time, and the town just starts destroying itself and then rebuilding itself, and then the people begin morphing into a giant shape of people, and it's it's quite amazing. And the imagery here is so well made and very detailed. Even the first kind of monster thing we see, when the guy morphs himself into a spiral and kills himself, is just astounding to look at. I'm not really sure how old this thing is, but it looks good. Yeah, and from that point, I want to get into some of the things that did not work about this product. I got a few things. I don't like the sort of serialized nature of it. It up until the end part of the book, maybe past maybe the last third of the book, is really where things start coming together and being consistent as a piece of media. Otherwise, it's, okay, here's this crazy thing, and then here's this crazy thing, and then here's this crazy thing. And maybe sometimes once in a while they'll mention that a crazy thing just happened in the last story, but it won't really make a difference. Like, I don't recall the police ever getting involved with anything that went on in this story. Even in the bonus story, which was, it was okay. Yeah, and there's a point, what is it? Where the family of the main character, the girl main character, moves into a house because their house gets destroyed. And one kid is like, oh man, what if there are monsters in there? And a character is like, oh, there's no such thing as monsters. And it's like, did you miss the fucking snail people? Guy? Or any of the other things that have been going on? Bro? It's so stupid. And what kind of bugged me was this is later in the game, so lots of shit had gone on. And for a while, it is just sort of, alright, like I said, this kind of crazy thing. And then it's over. And then not many callbacks to it. Until the end, when the slight gusts of wind can be made when people move too quickly. People can basically fly, and they're hunting each other down and eating each other. And I liked it when we got to that point, but the serialized nature of this thing sort of held it back a little. I think that's my only real problem with this thing. Otherwise, it's just fantastic. It's scary. I read it. I read the giant complete set of it in 2 days, and man, some of this stuff. I especially, I don't like body horror. I don't know that I don't. Body horror weirds me out. I don't like seeing the body contorted into weird ways through when people do it to themselves, and there's a lot of that in this. So it was maybe hard to read. After a while, I just needed a mental break. I was like, I'm done. I need to stop. And then, the next day I picked it up and got through the other half of it. But, yeah, if you've never read this, by all means, give it a shot. Because this is horror. I would love to see this adapted into a, mini-series. Maybe, basically make every chapter the, an episode. Or 2 episodes, something like that. Just so you can sort of get it all together. I know near the end it'll be easier for it to come together, but I heard there was a movie, and I need to check that out. I don't know if it's good or whatever, but I heard it's there. It's Japanese, so yeah. I never want to see this made into an American thing, though, ever. No. Just because culturally, it doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, so please go out and check this thing out.